Alright, there was a heavy request from my last video, POV. You just finished watching Stranger Things, which I did. That's why I did that video. Great show, by the way. Recommend it. So this is the tone tutorial for it. This isn't actually plugged in, because I couldn't figure out a way to have it actually make noise without OBS not wanting to work. So, this is the tone. Part's a bit sloppy, but right. So there's the tone right there. This is by itself one track. Alright, so I have 4 tracks of this: left, L75, R75, right, and a main bus, which I'll get to in a second. But let's look at the big part, the tone. So what I did was I took some settings that I will link in the description. It's a very cool article, or whatever you might want to call it, and it's pictures of the notes from all the songs on Puppets and Justice, which I use the Justice ones for something coming out soon. But I adjusted all the volume knobs to my own settings so that it sounds right. So volume 1, not pulled, we got it at 10. Treble, we got it at 7. Pulled, not pulled. Bass, we got it at 1.7. I just kind of did that until it felt right. Middle, oops. Middle, we got at 4. Not, or I guess there isn't a pull option. Pull for master 1, master 7. Lead drive at 5. Pulled, not pulled, lead master at 10. Alright, and the settings over here in the EQ, we've got 6.2 on 80, 3.8 on 240, 0.7 on 750, 3.3 on 220, and 6.7 on, I think that's 660. I don't know, it's kind of small. EQ in, obviously, so this matters. And looking at the back of the amp, we got 4.5 on the presence and 1.4 on the reverb. And make sure it's at the Class A, because this sounds good, this sounds better. And then this I didn't mess with. I don't know what that is. I think it's for these. Then noise gate, I just got threshold negative 18 decibels, 40.2 millisecond release, and negative 60 decibel depth. Compressor here, I got the white 2A. Output 37.4. Peak reduction 28.0, and it is on compress, not limit. Then going to the IR here, I've got Master of Puppets IR by Matthias Borda. I believe that's how it's pronounced. He makes amazing IRs. I use it for almost every tone that I do, at least now. I haven't showed you guys much of them, but I use his IRs a lot because they are very good. And I'll link that pack in the description. You can just download. It's the Master Puppets IR. And then for post EQ, I turned it off, but I guess if you want to activate it, you can do that. It was just the 6-band dime bag EQ. I just turned it off because it didn't feel right. But I mean, if you need that extra little bit of tweaking there, there's that. But yeah, that's literally it. Oh, also, input 7, output 7. And I think I have tuner on all the, yeah, it doesn't really matter though if you have the tuner on or not. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole tone. I will link this in the description for Amplitube 5. And yeah, so once again, I have 4 tracks here. That's why it sounds so big. And then all the different pannings, I didn't mess around with that at all, or that. But getting now to the bus, I put on the compressor that comes with Studio One. I'm using Studio One Artist, or Studio One 6 Artist. I have guitar metal, but instead of the mix at 100, I have it at 60, just to give it a little bit more compression, because it was peaking slightly when I didn't have that on there. So if I take this off, whoops, and this is how it sounds. Yeah, to my ear, it just sounds a little bit better with that compressor on. But obviously, if you don't have it, have that compressor or any compressor outside of Amplitube 5, then I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty good. But yeah, so that is it for the tone. Once again, I'll link it in the description. But if not, this tutorial is just to help with maybe if you wanted to copy it on maybe a fractal or anything else with a 2C plus, and it is a 2C plus plus on the album. I know they have the Marshall slaved and everything, but I don't think I can do that on here. So that's about it. Enjoy the tone, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.